everyone. This is Ron from HiTechLegion.
Eric here.
And this is, I think, our 5th episode now of In the Game. And don't worry for those who left a comment about the audio. We are working on it. I am wearing my headset, and we are recording this dual streams. And I'm just gonna edit it together. We're just gonna splice together. Hopefully, it still works. And this week we are going to have our top 5. This will be a tribute to women. We have our top 5 most badass video game characters, and obviously it'll be a boring list if Lara Croft is in there. That's too predictable. So we're going to exclude her. So top 5 video game most badass female character that doesn't have Lara Croft on it. So plus they flagged us last time we used the trailer on the video anyway. So screw whoever, what was it, IDOS? Screw IDOS. We're not letting people use that.
If you know, we've been having YouTube problems as well, so.
Yeah. We just thankfully the channel, I didn't have to upload all the videos I got there.
Yeah.
I uploaded my case review and the in the game. I uploaded it twice. I uploaded to Dailymotion as well, our previous episode 4. But luckily, we didn't have to re-upload all this stuff. 4,000, was it? I don't know, 4 million views and 4,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for all those who kind of bugged YouTube and shared that information out there. And this week we are going to do again our top 5. But to open up the show today, we are going to do a Q&A because we've been promising for the last 3 episodes to respond to the comments, but we haven't been. So let's go over those, some, I think, going all the way back from the first episode. Read the comments here. Okay. This is good. I'm a PC gamer from Tendai Dongo. Okay, that's not much of a question, but thanks. Well, we're getting like 300 hits a week. Not bad, but you guys are awesome. The 300 who are stuck around there. Hopefully, none of you dropped off yet. And let's see a good question here. Always nice to see a new review show, especially one with an appreciation for the old stuff. So yeah, don't worry, we have more old stuff coming. We are not limited to just one. I can't see anything. This is from Mitch27G. I can't see anything! Exclamation mark. The glare off the baldy heads is too much. All right. That's all right. That's why I put the light now in front of me instead of above me. There's no more glare. Well, don't worry. For our Christmas episode, we'll be wearing Santa hats. No glares for that.
There.
And for episode 2, let's see. XGR4 needs to come out. This was in response to our second episode about racers. I think XGR is the experimental something racing. I don't know. It's one of those games that I think very few people played, but it was had a lot of fans in there. I don't know when it's gonna get released. I don't even know if they're developing it. And this one from Sai2087. He's the guy who's a big HiTechLegion fan, so props to him. He's always there supporting us. And leave a comment. I like the discussion on parents versus ESRB. I was working at a vid game store, and parents would get mad if I told them that COD is a mature title. And he's also thanking us for reminding everyone of Leisure Suit Larry, which is a very, very cool game. Of course, that was, as we discussed, that was one of those classic titles that are, I think, getting revived. I just heard of something over the weekend that they're actually planning on making a movie out of it, but I don't know if it's going to be a big movie or just one of those indie movies that are...
What was it? Not John, maybe like a John Lovitz movie or, fuck. What's that other guy? The guy that was in like Rob Schneider, you know, like they'd get someone.
Rob Schneider, yeah. Rob Schneider is a character. I think,
Yeah.
or Adam Sandler. He can do that.
Yeah.
And, questions. This was about Hawken again. I'm not since nobody's been sending. Well, we're getting emails from Game at HiTechLegion still, but what we've been doing is posting the Hawken beta key codes on Facebook. So go there. I post about 100 or 200 at a time, so you can sort through it. The beta starts again from November 20th. So tomorrow, we're recording this on the 19th at midnight, but it goes on the 20th up till December 6th. So that's still just watch our YouTube, our Facebook page at facebook.com/HTLReviews, and you can find the key codes there being posted on a daily basis until we run out. We reach 1,000 key codes are given out. And actually, have you played your Hawken beta? Did you get time to play? I managed to.
Not yet.
I managed to play. You should, you should try it out because it's from the 20th to the 6th. You should try it. I played it a bit, but I can't get used to the fact because it's an urban setting, so it is a bit crowded. It takes time to get used to, and you don't have. It's not like Call of Duty where you could just whip your mouse around and you can see the people behind you immediately, since it's a machine. So it's but the controls are pretty good. It takes a while to get used to. Yeah. And the lag. And also the guns. The gun selection isn't much on the beta. There's only 2 guns there, and I can't seem to pick classes last time I played. But other than that, it was fun. It could get a bigger server. Probably will be a lot better. And again, go to our Facebook page. You can see that. And let's see other questions here. Watch the whole episode. Some interesting stuff. Looking forward for more. Overall, cool vid from. I don't see the name here since this is when Facebook changed. Oh, from the Gaming Hooligan. So thanks for that comment. I know this sounds self-indulgent at this point. I promise to read these comments, and god damn it, I will. And Gamefly giving away free copy of Bioshock. Okay, 30 minutes left from Cali. Yeah, that was about 3 weeks ago. So for those who didn't own the original Bioshock, Gamefly, if you can travel back in time during.
People thought it was a scam, but you did have to enter your credit card in, but you just weren't charged for it.
Yeah, that's I remember that because that's how when I think Intel gave away key codes when they had to sell those SSDs, they gave away free key codes for the games, and you still had to put in like from the Ubisoft. They were Ubisoft games, and you had to input your credit card as well, but they were also free. It didn't charge your credit card, so it was kind of like that. Although I wish they would have more redemption where you didn't have to, you didn't have to redeem, you didn't have to put in your credit card information there, because I mean. There's always a security breach. Every week it seems there's a security breach. I think Origin just got released information that their servers got hacked, something like that. They didn't release it, but I think a website leaked information that they did get hacked last week. So that's pretty scary stuff out there. And this is the latest one. Can you please do something about the delay and bad quality on Eric's audio? Yes, we are working on it. So thanks for that comment, Tiki Troll.
And I'm in Wisconsin, so there's some kind of shitty delay, and like he doesn't get good audio somehow. Yeah. Because I can hear him fine.
There's always. Yeah. Don't worry, we are, as we mentioned earlier, we are using 2 audio streams, dual audio streams now. So stay tuned for this episode 5. Definitely, if it still doesn't have good audio, you can send a hate mail to Paul at HiTechLegion and George at HiTechLegion.com.
I have my own audio now, so it'll be sent to him to splice in.
There you go. And also, we are moving on. We don't have much news this week because there were some releases, but I think the best way is if we go through the top 10. I'm looking at, this is the latest from Steam. They have their top 10 list, best-selling games. Obviously, number 1 is Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I don't know if you've played it yet. I didn't have much time to play this weekend. I played the multiplayer a bit. There was multiplayer. They split it into 3. You have the single player, which is 21 gigs. You have the multiplayer, which is I think 4 gigs, and Zombies, which is also 4 gigs, 4.5 gigs, something like that. And I haven't played Zombies yet, if it is a multiplayer, which it should be. And although I'm surprised at the size of the multiplayer, it's only 4 gigs. So most likely they're probably gonna have DLCs for or for the additional maps or something like that. They keep on releasing stuff. But this is actually DirectX 11 now. Although the engine is still the old engine, just keep on modifying that engine. I mean, one good thing about the Call of Duty franchise is that their artists are pretty good. The people who made the models and the textures for each Call of Duty game is very, very good. So even if the engine is old, they kind of get a lot of mileage out of it. I know what you think about having an old graphic engine still, Eric, for the Call of Duty franchise.
As long as the gameplay is still good, I mean, you can still use old engines and update the textures and stuff to make it look better, and you can do mods to it. I mean, there are plenty of games out there that still, like, even today run off DX10, and some of them even DX9 that are still really good games. And you really wouldn't know it unless you actually kind of delved into the code or looked it up yourself. So. For me, as long as it works, you can keep milking it as long as you keep it fresh, and because the newest engines, they don't add too much difference other than hardware acceleration. That's like kind of the newest thing for everything, making things a little bit faster with hardware acceleration. Oh, I can use some more cores now, like a little bit more tessellation, even though sometimes you don't even fucking notice tessellation. So.
Well, that's the weird thing about this one is DX11, but it does not have any tessellation improvements at all. It has, I think, lighting. Definitely, the lighting is pretty good, and I think a couple of more other. I don't know if they have bokeh filtering but they have a lot of texture filtering and kind of advanced lighting features, which really complement the graphics. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I think we pretty much bashed it enough already about the mechanics being the same and everything. It is a pedestrian game at this point, but I think the major bonus points that they kind of get from me is that the art quality is still very, very top notch, and they kind of made a lot of the DX11 features kind of fit that old engine, and it's still, I think, it's a modified Quake 3 engine still, right? The the Call of Duty engine, it's still, I mean, that's a pretty old engine now. They just really, really polished it. And also the second is Assassin's Creed 3. Obviously, those top two games. I still haven't played it. I'll probably buy it over the Christmas.
And
play it over the Christmas break.
Because I have the first two. I didn't go into the extra ones, but I know 3 I want to get over Christmas.
Yeah. I really wanted to play the second one just because I've heard that they recreated Vienna like accurately, and that the architecture is really, really fantastic. So I'm gonna try that out. Although I thought the 3 won't have much buildings to jump on since it is in Civil War America, but I guess you can jump on trees.
Yeah.
And the first trailer was they were in an open field fighting, and he had nowhere to jump onto, so he was just open. But I guess there's actual towns where he can do his climbing and his Prince of Persia bullshit. Yeah. And the third one, I have no idea if I haven't played it. I haven't seen a single screenshot of this. Hitman Absolution. I don't know if you played the previous Hitman games at all.
I played the first one. I didn't get to play the second one, but I've played the Hitman.
I think I played it, but I stopped playing. I didn't. I should pick it up. I can't find a DVD somewhere. I was looking for it over the weekend and just sort of play if this third one is worth picking up, but. I don't know if it's any good. Well, we'll check back next week and see if it is. And fourth one, I don't know if you can predict this, because, I mean, this is probably, I guess people around the world are not surprised. This is Football Manager 2013. Since everyone plays, this is football. I think this is football as in soccer football. But I guess here in America, nobody plays soccer that much. So I guess... I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't Google if it is football. I don't think there is a football as in American Football Manager, but it's probably soccer. And
no, we have Madden.
Yeah, we have Madden, and we got
just play Madden.
We got Darksiders 2: Death Lives. I have never heard of that game. I don't know if you've heard of it.
2 or something like that. That they.
Is it from the Wii? This is actually Steam. This is actually a top 10 from Steam.
Oh, they released that with.
So I'm not sure.
Too, I think the Darksiders.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games. Just it's hard to keep up. XCOM, Anime I know we discussed it. Well, I never played it. That's why I couldn't discuss more about it. But other than it's back. And the 7th one, this is surprising because the 7th and the 8th, these ones also I've never heard of these titles until now. But I've checked them out. Natural Selection 2, which is actually a hybrid, kind of a new type of game. It's like a hybrid multiplayer. I don't know if it's a strategy. It's kind of like StarCraft meets Counter-Strike. It reminds you of the old, kind of like that Command and Conquer game where you're kind of a third person shooter type of Command and Conquer, not the RTS version. Is almost like that, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a hybrid game. Similarly, Chivalry Medieval Warfare number 8 is also like a hybrid. It's not a. I thought it would be like Total Rome, or those war games, but it's actually it's a first person hack and slash game, but sort of set in that medieval strategy type. And there's always you're like in the middle of a battle. So that's pretty interesting that these kind of hybrid games are coming out. They're not just the straightforward action or just straightforward RTS games that you would normally predict. And clinging on there, number 9, Borderlands 2. I don't know if you played Borderlands 2. I know we have it in our HiTechLegion account. Have you ever played Borderlands 2 yet?
Straight through, but I played a good bit of it. I haven't beaten it.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of fans for this game. It's still pretty hardcore. I mean, I don't know if I've played I know they keep on coming out with bonuses for this game as well. They have DLCs and they have bonuses for players. So there's I guess plenty of incentive to play this game still. And number 10, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which I think has been out for like 6 months. So it's hanging on there. It's pretty popular, I guess. I know I have the game, but I haven't played a single minute of it at all. I just bought it because it was on sale. I don't know if I mean, I don't need. Yeah. Well, I think this is just a first-person shooter, the Counter-Strike update. So, well, anyway.
Yeah.
That is the top 10 for Steam this week. I don't know if there's not much news, so we can go right now. We can go straight to our top 5 badass female. That's a category. Female characters, of course. There's plenty to choose from. Even if we're restricted to PC, there's actually too many to choose from. We don't need to look at. You don't need to look outside even. But we are actually. Is there? Are you including consoles in your list?
Most of mine had PC ports, except for one of them, I think. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. There should be enough variety between both of us. There's. Well, so this is top 5. Again, top 5 badass. They have to be badass. They can't just be a secretary. Or like something.
Yeah,
it's not just sexy female.
Yeah.
They have to be badass.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so
you start with your number 5.
5 would probably be a lot of people's number 1s, especially this generation. But for me, I go back in time, so I'm an old school gamer. So my number 5 is actually Gladys from Portal.
Oh yeah.
That's right. You could call her. It's definitely a female. And as you played the original Portal and you got those personality things out, it got more female. So you knew it was a female, and everybody rated it as an iconic female. But if you played Portal 1, her basic role was to try and get you in trouble and to kill you. But she tried to do it indirectly with nothing but like fucked up comments and trying to be because she couldn't as a computer kill you directly, so she had to lead you into all these traps. But yeah, and I mean, there's all kinds of iconic quotes from her. I mean, she's just, a lot of people would put her at the top of the list. I put her, just because I'm old, I put her more towards the bottom because she's a newer person in the field, into the female field.
She's not even that old of a character. She's, I think, when was the first Portal? Was it 2008? I can't remember. I don't think it's that old, is it?
It was like 7.
Oh, yeah?
2007.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And she's also funny. She has a personality. My number 5, I don't know if people remember this game. This came out, I think, 2003. And this was also a PlayStation, but definitely came out on Windows. It is... there was another character that I was going to put in my top 5, but I figured they kind of look the same anyway. This is Jade from Beyond Good and Evil, which was essentially another character that she reminds me of is Alex Vance from from Half-Life 2, and I was gonna put Alex Vance in this list, but I guess Jade pushed her out just because Alex would have been too predictable for this list, and I guess some people need to revisit that game. It was a good game. I think she was a reporter. I can't even remember the thing anymore. I have to pop in the DVD and play it once again. But a unique character, and also I think she was one of those that were deliberately designed not to be sexy, just out and out. She actually had a career. She was, she just dressed normally. She was like a regular person, because back then, I mean, video game, they had to be kind of, I mean, Lara Croft, as everyone knew, kind of needed those boobs because they couldn't infuse enough personality on her. So Jade was definitely one of those classics that you could let your daughter play her and you won't be embarrassed that she's playing that character. And she's also badass. And your number 4?
Is Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII.
I knew you were gonna have a Final Fantasy character there.
Come on, I wasn't gonna put Aerith. I wasn't gonna put Aerith or Yuffie.
Yeah,
because, Aerith was the goody, and Yuffie was like the little kid, like yay, But Tifa was the badass chick, and she was the strong, independent chick.
And she was hot, yeah.
Yeah, actually, what was it? I can't remember, but EGM came out with the magazine naming her like the hottest chick, the hottest like badass chick I forget what year it was when that came out, like 96 or 97, and they actually had like a fold-out poster and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Tifa Lockhart, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, she was Cloud's child chum, and like brought his memories back. When like he was going insane, and they considered her the alternative to Lara Croft at the time, because that was pretty much the only chick around.
Yeah. She was definitely pretty hot, and I mean, you can't go wrong with her. And also, thanks to her and all the sexy cosplayers that have cosplayed as her, which is pretty much just a simple cosplay. All you need was a gun and a tank top and straight hair.
The PC version of Final Fantasy VII, somebody went through the whole thing and updated like high-res graphics with it now, and everything looks like super cool and like a lot better.
Definitely. And my number 4 is pretty much one of the most well-known female video game characters of all time. And she is considered the queen of fighting games. And of course, it is Chun-Li from Street Fighter. And pretty much, I don't know any other character before that. Although her uniform was kind of weird. Weirdly, it was designed to be sexy, but somehow it didn't come across as a sex object back then when Street Fighter 2 came out. It was I don't know what, I forgot.
Like, she was the only character in the game. You did her move, she fucking went upside down, and you saw her panties and shit.
Yeah.
Jumped down. Guys, come on, guys were like, yeah, I see her panties,
Yeah. Like, I don't know, it just because she kind of had that, I guess, I don't know, because she was a badass that people were kind of, not a traditional sexy character, but I forgot what you call that.
Yeah, well, with her, it went further with her for me, because when they came out with like the Japanimes and then all that, you got more of her story.
Oh, the hentai.
Yeah, you got more of her story, and you got more sex scenes with her, and then that you got all that stuff.
Yeah, your Tifa and Friends, or whatever that hentai is, would have the fighting game characters.
Yeah.
Yuri and Friends. There you go, 2 in 1. I don't even ask how I knew that the hentai was called Yuri and Friends, but somehow I knew that. Yuri and Friends. It was like this hentai that had all the fighting game females. And for those who have hentai, who don't know what hentai is, please don't Google it while you're at work. So just that's the only tip.
Not safe for work.
Not safe for work. And well, that's good. Your number 3 is my number 4, Chun-Li. I was gonna put her higher, but I figured my next the ones on my list are kind of either I love them more, or they kind of have a bigger role in the game, in their franchise, respective franchises. So I guess next on the list is my turn again, since Chun-Li is also your number 3. Unless you have more to say about Chun-Li.
The only thing I could talk about is maybe her backstory if people don't know it. I mean,
Yeah. We can talk about that. I'm hardcore Street Fighter guys.
She was an Interpol agent, and she only got into the fighting tournament because M. Bison killed her dad, and she was going after M. Bison and to avenge her father.
I think I wrote a fanfic back in high school about that because I was pissed that they kind of the comics that Udon makes the new ones are kind of like still kind of for children, and I wrote this whole backstory about because it doesn't make sense that she's from Interpol. She has to have gone rogue to go after M. Bison. I don't know. I'm getting to nerd territory now because that's not really the jurisdiction of Interpol. Interpol kind of they just deal with like jewel thieves and stuff like that. I don't think international
They
dictators.
wanted there to be an Interpol agent, but then at the end of the game, you could pick like the two endings where either she like went back to normal life or she became like a police officer.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I know. Well, I guess in China they have to, because Interpol kind of you have to be a police officer of your particular country before you get picked in Interpol. But Interpol isn't really, they're not really international police. They don't really police the world in that sense.
yeah.
Well, people could definitely. I mean, Capcom could definitely write a better, more badass backstory for her, other than what is in the anime, because she definitely deserves a good story. And my number.
They did that with the movies and all that shit. Like they gave.
Yeah, well, the movies are good. The
when she got popular.
The OAV movies. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you mean the OAV movies, not the Van Damme movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and not the horrible Kristen Kirk 2010
2009 movie
or whatever. Chun-li, the
that was horrible,
or whatever the fuck it was called.
For those who haven't seen it, I suggest watching it just for the laughs, because it was a lot worse than the Van Damme one. It is so many unintentional funny moments. There was like a lesbian dance off scene in that latest movie. It was just so stupid. All right, back on track. My number 3, since Eric's number 3 and my number 4 are the same, is Chun-Li, and my number 3 is, this is kind of a cop-out answer, but a female shepherd. Since
Shepherd from
about that, I was thinking about that, but I'm like, no, that's a cop-out.
Yeah.
Cop-out.
Well, Mass Effect. Well, they didn't really say that he's supposed to be male. You do get the option of whether a female or a male. And my rule whenever playing a third person video game is third person, always play a female, and always play a male on first person. Even if especially for RPGs, because who the hell wants to stare at male ass all day? So third person perspective, I always pick females, because I don't want to stare at a male ass for like 99% of the time. So there, I
pick the chick characters and get all the free shit from
I always
guys.
pick chick characters. Oh, does that? I don't even play MMO. If that happens, definitely. Well, she had also had a good voiceover character, and I always picked female shepherd.
Plus, you can go lesbo with her.
She sounds more badass than the male shepherd they picked. The male shepherd they picked sounded too generic, but the female shepherd really did sound like she had authority, and she was really ordering commands, ordering people around. The shepherd, the male shepherd, was kind of more relaxed, and as if the whole world, the whole universe wasn't ending when he was talking. So I always preferred, not just because I liked looking at the female ass when they were playing it, but the voice also fit the character perfectly. So that is my number 3, and she beats Chun-Li because it's a whole universe. She's the kind of the center. It hinges on her, not just she's not just part of the roster in there. It actually hinges on on Commander Shepard saving the universe. So I think that was my number 3. Your number 3. So I guess number 2. Your number 2
is Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil series.
There you go. I knew you would pick Jill Valentine.
Oh, come on, yeah. You could pick Ada Wong, you could pick Claire Renfield. There's all kinds of chicks in the Resident Evil series, but Jill's kind of the staple. She was in the first game.
Yeah.
She survived the mansion. She's a part of the STARS team. And then she took down the Nemesis in part 3. She was in the Nemesis, And then, you know, they had a bunch of little stupid shit with her, but then in 5, you know, she was like the badass test subject that you basically had to turn back to normal, and you know, then she was on your side. She was Wesker's little puppet.
And she looks hot in that tube top.
And that works on her. She's the only one who can do that. Rock
5.
I think was that Resident Evil 2 when they first introduced that costume? I can't remember, or how long did she had that costume? Because I played it out of order. I can't remember when they first introduced that.
Was she introduced with that costume?
It was after the movies. They tried to portray her against the movies. It was. I think it was 3. I think it was 3 because in number 1 she was in that Stars outfit, and then she wasn't in number 2 because number 2 was with Claire Renfield and all that. It was with the different characters. Leon, was it Leon and Claire? I don't remember. And then in number 3 she came back, and then she fought the Nemesis. I think she had the tube then.
So the movie design came before the video game tube top design.
I think they based it off the movie.
Yeah, because I know Marvel vs. Capcom was 99. She didn't have it there. She was wearing the Stars uniform. I don't know if they even have an alternates there. So that's probably true. And my number 2, this one is a PC character. Kind of like Shepard, her influence is kind of universe wide, but not on the good side this time. This is Sarah Kerrigan from StarCraft. And she was basically just a sniper, a ghost operative before she became the Queen of Blades and was pretty much controlling the Zerg. So that is pretty badass. She was pretty much just hell-bent on destroying the universe because, I mean, not destroying the universe. She wanted it for the Zerg. She wasn't, I don't know if you played you played StarCraft? I think they had like a...
Yeah, I played the first StarCraft, but I mean, it was briefly. That's kind of... Honestly, I got... when was it? It was Command & Conquer... Like, I played Dune 2000, and then it was Command & Conquer up into, like, Red Alert.
StarCraft was 1998, I think.
Yeah, it was like Red Alert, and then StarCraft... I played a little bit. I didn't play it all the way through or anything like that because I was kind of out of RTSs by then. I was like straight FPS.
Yeah.
Straight FPS.
The only thing I didn't like about it is that in the sequel, StarCraft 2, they kind of made her into that. Spoiler alert! If you haven't played StarCraft 2, which came out like 5 years ago, they kind of made her into this. What's his name? Raynor. Kind of like had to save her. Which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of out of character that she's kind of helpless in if in her Queen of Blades thing. I don't know. I just didn't buy that fact that Raider kind of, they invented basically a serum to revert her back, which is like a Hollywood happy ending. I don't see that happening ever, which was cop out on Blizzard's part, I guess.
I think they were trying to push that out.
Yeah, that was lame. I would have liked her to just, yeah. I think it's down to number 1 now. What is your number 1 top badass?
Predictable. Samus Aran from Metroid. I mean,
okay.
That's I'm an old gamer, so that was the icon. That was the big twist, especially in my day. Playing the original Nintendo. Playing through Metroid, running through all the levels, backtracking to get everything. You beat the game, and all of a sudden, fucking suits off, and you got some chick sitting in there. It looks like a bikini.
I haven't played because I haven't played the original Metroid. Was she always a female in the first one? Did they reveal that she was a female in the very first Metroid?
Yeah. It was at the very end. At the very end, after you beat the game, she's just sitting there in this. She looks like old school pixel chick. With this red top, red bikini, and she's just like waving at you, and like looking at you and waving.
Yeah.
It was
definitely hot.
That was the big twist.
She was one of the earliest.
Yeah, that was like the first time like you had this badass character that turned out being a chick at the end.
Pretty much
that was like the icon, of like badass chicks in video games, and you didn't know it until the end that this was a girl. This was a female.
As a thing, I didn't. I never played the original Metroid. I only played the Game Boy adaptation first, and then the subsequent one. So I didn't know whether they revealed it as first. I guess that's pretty cool that she was actually it was revealed that early from the very first one. That she was
first one. It was the end of the first one. It was like the big thing at the time because people found that out and they were like, "Oh my god,"
And my number one, this probably won't make most people's number one, but she is in my heart. Kate Archer from No One Lives Forever. An episode isn't complete of Indie Game if I don't mention No One Lives Forever until this. Until this fucking franchise gets revived, I'm gonna keep mentioning it. Hopefully, Monolith, or if that company's still around, they should. I mean, I like badasses who kind of don't have to be out and out badass. That they don't have to kind of say they're badass, but they're just capable all around. Well, she is. This is Kate Archer. She can handle weapons. She can sweet talk people. She can do a lot of things without making it look like she wasn't even trying. That's how badass she is, and looking good while doing it. Now, if I had boobs and I had female, I wish she would be Kate Archer. She was awesome. She'd make definitely a good role model. And also, I don't know, it's just one of those characters that probably we'll never see again unless somebody makes a character like that. Plus, it looks too contrived now. If a character like that comes out. Something that especially now, but back in the late 90s, early 2000s, that was definitely unique. And I have plenty of actually runner-offs that didn't make my list. I know you probably have some. I was surprised you didn't mention Metal Gear Solid. I think the leader, the boss. Not Bruce Springsteen, but the boss. Yeah, definitely one of the most badass chicks. I left her out because I figured that she will probably make your list, but just. Honorable mention.
I wasn't huge into Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I played them, but they weren't I was at that time when all that shit was coming out. I was more into shooters than anything and RPGs.
Yeah. Same here.
Role playing games on the console and shooters on the computer. That was kind of my thing at the time.
Yeah, same here. I never played the original. I played original, and I played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid, but never played it as hardcore as my friends did. And I just kind of, without even playing the game, I knew all the characters just from hearing all my friends talk about it and discuss it and all that. So I'm just. This is just for them. For those I know, because I know Metal Gear Solid fans will be complaining that nobody mentioned the boss, who was pretty much just total badass. She would probably make my list if I played the game completely, but I didn't. I don't know if you have any runner-offs. There's still plenty we haven't discussed.
From Mirror's Edge, if you played Mirror's
Edge,
definitely. I mean, she was fucking badass. I mean, just that game in general was pretty badass. And she was the run and jump, what do they call it, parkour, carrier. Parkour carrier of the game, and she was the main character. I had that. I had Bayonetta. If you played Bayonetta, it was just like another one of those. Oh God, I can't remember. Bayonetta. I had her, but.
The only thing about Bayonetta is that one of those kind of you can tell that the Japanese designer because
I think I forget the company that made it, but I mean it was on the same lines as Devil May Cry and all that.
Was it Capcom?
One of those fast action.
It's Capcom, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, that's the same company.
Because same company. Yeah, Capcom made the Devil May Cry. Yeah, that's the thing. Because she's a mother and she has glasses, but she has her clothes are here, so that she has aspects of kind of strong female character, but still they can't help themselves that they have to kind of sexualize her. Every time she attacks, her clothes come off because her clothes are her hair. Yeah, definitely.
I was also gonna add Cosmos. If you played Xenogears and Xenosaga, the Cosmos.
Yeah,
Cosmos, like that was gonna be on my list, and then I'm like, no, I'm gonna go with more iconic characters because not everybody's played Xenogears and Xenosaga, and you know, if they're not into RPGs, you know. But she was the, you know, badass robot, you know, kind of like Data, you know, starts out as a robot, turns more human, and wants to be good and defend everybody. And
there's also, I guess, Cortana from Halo. We have to mention that because the Halo fans will kind of cry foul if you don't mention her at all, even though she's kind of like a glorified secretary. And there's also, who's that? I haven't played much of Uncharted, but there's a badass Australian chick in there. I forgot her name. See, I'm blanking now. You haven't played Uncharted?
Elena, I think that was her name, or wasn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Elena.
I know she was a badass.
Elena the journalist.
And I think there's a couple more, just in fighting games, I guess. There's plenty, because there's...
Mortal Kombat chicks,
Melina, Sonya Blade. Yeah. But I think for the most part, every fighting game chick kind of owes it to Chun-Li. Everything was, you know, like she set the template to that. I don't know if there are any...
Yeah, well, exactly. Chun-Li was kind of the first, the iconic.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can hold a candle. Yeah.
This was just a copycat. It was either how sexy can we make them, or, you know, like...
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. That's all fighting chicks are now in games.
I think with Mortal Kombat, like, if you've seen the female in Mortal Kombat, they all pretty much have, like, this is the same design. They all look like kind of like female bodybuilders. They all have, like, fake tits. It's so, like, you know, because it's kind of like, it looks like it's silicone. That's why it's like designed that way. I don't know why they did. Or even design, even like even the alternate costumes is just so exploited.
Well, they're just designing it for the actual like demographic that plays the fighting games.
Yeah, it's all guys.
I don't know if you ever watched. They had that it was like online for a while. That kind of like reality show for the fighting game tournaments, and when they followed those people around and stuff. I forget what the fuck it was called, but yeah, like you can see all the fucking fighting. You know, all the guys are just like these young fucking like prepubescent or like right in the middle of it, like super crazy. You know, just like nothing but horny little guys that, you know, do nothing. It's the same guys you'd see on Xbox Live just talking shit, and you know. But of course they're gonna make the chicks all hot and stuff, you know, because the guys will oogle over it.
Yeah.
I will probably see more a lot. And there's actually in the news this week there was some guy who modded his Zelda game to change the Link into a female. I think he changed some. That guy kind of makes all dads look bad because not everyone can get into the game and actually hack it and change every instances of male to female. Just so your daughter can play, but that's pretty cool.
Way too intense and dedicated to that game.
Yeah, just buy her No One Lives Forever. Just buy her that game. She'll grow up fine.
There you go. Buy his game.
Well, anyway, I think that covers our in the game this week. In the game number 5. I can't believe it's number 5 now. I think next week is you guys says Thanksgiving, so we're gonna think of what list we can do for that. I think is it Thanksgiving for you guys next week?
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving on Thursday.
Like Friday.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's a
Thursday every year. Every year it's a Thursday.
Oh, because the Canadian one's on Sunday, so I don't know if it's a thing. Oh. Okay, there you go. Thursday next week.
Or the third Thursday into the month or something. I can't remember how they do that. It's like the first or last Thursday or something like that.
Well, we'll think of something Thanksgiving or Black Friday related. Anyway, this has been Ron. I'm gonna sign out. You can see my. It's hard to see this light. You can tell the PC gamer because they have that mark on their wrist. They've been playing the mouse.
The callus.
The callus. Yeah.
Calluses.
I don't have it on my thing, but I have it on my right hand. Yeah.
Yeah. See it. Yeah.
You see it darker on this end. Yours is not so bad, but my.
It's just a callus. That's all it is now.
It's
like it's hard. Yeah. Like you'd think it's a tumor.
Yeah. Mine is like smooth. It's like dark and smooth. So, Definitely. I don't know. We still haven't had a sign out, so I guess keep on leaving comments. We're taking suggestions for the sign out. And this is Ron from In the Game.
Yep.
And there's Eric signing off. We'll see you next week, and bye bye.